Hey everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the channel. So we have a sponsored video. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for this one. This is going to be inside West Virginia Mountaineers' 55 million football facility. That's crazy. That's like almost $90 million Australian. I still can't believe these numbers. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, let's jump in and let's have a look at this one. All right, let's have a look at this one. 55 million is still crazy amount of money. Oh, okay.
What's going on, world? Brand new episode of Royal Key there on your screen. I'm your host, George Kill, and I'm here in Morgantown, West Virginia with my guy, Clay. Clay, what's going on, man?
How we doing? Welcome.
Thank you, man.
Atrium looks
Almost
massive.
7, right? Is that what they call
West Virginia, let's go.
Awesome. So this is an amazing intro to a facility, Hall of Traditions, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is your first impression.
Wow, that's
You
a
walk
nice
in,
place.
all
Oh,
of the
that's
great players, the great moments we want to showcase. Just
Okay.
give you a little taste as you come in through the building.
20
So
million.
our
Holy
timeline
snap.
of great moments, great games, great players, records broken.
Good
This is
idea with the
definitely a place
footballs.
that you
I
can come
like
back
that.
and touch and jump into that
Okay.
moment right there. Probably my favorite was the Louisville game in 2005. I was a little kid growing up in Louisville, Kentucky, and I saw West Virginia, Pat White, Steve Slade, and all those guys playing. And I can jump in right here and see the highlights. Just an awesome game,
You
3
touch
overtimes.
So you're telling me every
brilliant.
ball showcases a highlight up there?
That's it, yeah, and you can come right down the line. So many cool moments. I mean, you look back at the tradition, the players that have been there, the Mark Bulgers.
Wow,
you've got
okay.
Pac-Man Jones, you got those kind of players, and they were all just right in the middle of all these great moments here.
Mountaineer
Now,
football.
as we kind of
Okay.
continue on the history of West Virginia
I like
football,
that. I love that
you guys
intro.
have another
All those
interactive
moments.
display.
You've got a huge database of former players that played here in our West Virginia Sports Hall of Fame. You got people like Bobby Bowden, right? You scroll through here, Mark Bulger, like I talked about. I mean,
okay.
just going in this year was Geno Smith, Stedman Bailey, Tavon Austin got inducted. So to get to honor them was really cool. Geno's balling right now in the league too. So
Now, in the middle
Okay,
of this
fine
room,
for-
you guys have a lot of memorabilia.
yeah, I
What's
think
that,
it's cool 'cause
Seattle?
this room is open to the public all the time, and people are visiting from out of town, coming in on game day. This is open prior to the game, so they can check all this memorabilia
Oh,
out.
whoa, what's that?
Coach Nealon, legend here. His son is
Okay.
actually our equipment manager. We always make sure we get Coach Nealon back to practice, and he's always hanging out. So cool to see him around all the time. But then the trophies, man. I mean, you talk about the Orange Bowl ups. I mean, just absolutely pummeling Clemson. You got the Fiesta Bowl upset against Oklahoma.
got
the
real
runaway beer
oranges
truck
in it.
Everybody talks about. So getting to come in and just be close to
Wow,
those
look at the trophies. Wow.
Pretty sweet deal.
Okay, Jake, man, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
One thing that I really love about college athletic facilities across the country is them kind of showcasing their pipeline, right? We're standing in front of an NFL sign. I know you guys use that as a recruiting tool. What is the unique way you guys do that?
So we
Oh,
kind of
wow,
do that
like
by
that.
having pictures of some of our premier guys on the wall here, and as well as putting the names underneath all the
Okay.
helmets. So every guy that's ever played for any of these teams, their name is underneath and what years they played for these teams here. Like Bruce Irvin, Geno Smith with the Seahawks, guys like Tavon Austin with the Cowboys. Those are kind of some big name guys that we have here.
And then you have your special numbers here, which I'm sure changes like every season.
In recent history, our first round picks are a big deal. Guys like Pac-Man Jones, Tavon, Bruce Irvin.
Okay,
like
okay, I
said.
see.
Those are some big name
Wow.
guys who made a big impact on the league.
I like that.
So
I
this is
like
our
the way that
family
they
walk.
kind
The
of,
state was built on coal miners. They built the state.
They're
That's
kinda
really our foundation.
giving that dream to the
Before
other
they would
athletes
go on
coming
their
up.
man trips, which was their trip down into the mine. The coal miners, they have a family wall. And that was to kind of remind them who they were doing it for, give them motivation as they
Your
go down in the mine.
why.
With a lot
That's
of these players,
very
you ask
important.
them what their
Okay.
why is. Like,
Yep.
why do they play the game of football? It's their family. So this is kind of a reminder as they walk out to practice, as they
Trust
walk
the
out to games,
climb.
as they walk into the facility, who they're doing it for.
That is
and just kind of give
brilliant
them extra
slogan.
motivation. And so now we're in our mud room.
That is a brilliant
This is
slogan.
kind of what keeps the locker room from smelling like a high school locker room, keeps it clean, keeps our main locker room clean.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jake, this is a massive, like wide open locker room. What are some of the details, the specifics
Holy
about
snap.
this area here?
Look at
If
the
you look at
locker
guys
room.
kind of have their face, their number, where they're from on there. So it's kind of personalized, which you guys
Ah,
love.
okay.
They got
That's
a wireless
nice.
charger right beside them. Guys kind of love that. Set their phone down before practice.
Oh, yeah,
Going
yeah.
into meetings, so they're not bringing their phone with them. And they come back and their phone's already charging. There's a lot of storage. They have personalized lock boxes.
Got
The
your
locker room as
boots
a
in
whole
there?
has LED lighting.
Ah, I like
the lights
that.
kind of go with the speakers, so they go along with the beat of the music. So off to the side here, connected to the locker room, is our NFL locker room. So when guys come back, they want to work out with Coach Mike, we kind of have like a separate space for them that they can work out, keep their stuff with personalized nameplates as well. that we can replace as they come in and out.
All right, Jake, we
Welcome
know like all
home.
young student
like that.
athletes are like
That's
into the
good.
gear. You guys do something different here. Every school has this brand partnership, but you guys kind of take it a step further by adding some custom options as well.
So we kind of like to give our guys these
Take me
cleats
home.
and shoes.
Country road.
Kind of
I love that.
hard. We get them custom
West
done.
Virginia.
You guys get to pick what they get.
And you guys also have like a great relationship with Nike. How many uniform combinations do you think you guys have?
So we have 3 different helmets, 4 different jerseys, and 4 different color pants. And we
Holy
actually just
snap.
did our Country Roads uniform so that we will
Country road. Oh, I kind of like
Now,
that
you
uniform.
just mentioned a lot of people don't know about West Virginia, right? It's a small state, but what is the relationship here with the country song and everything having to do with John Denver?
Yeah, so there's 1.8 million people in our state. That's who we play for.
Oh, since
So after games,
1972.
after wins,
Holy
stand out there
snap.
on the field in front of the student section sing Country Roads by John Denver. And it's really a moment that gives you chills. Like it's a powerful song that people in the state love it. And it's really our song and it feels great to get after a win.
I wonder if they ever used the climb by
lean
Miley
more towards
Cyrus.
curating, like my specialty is West Virginia vintage, WVU vintage.
Is that Ozzy Osbourne?
Being from Morgantown, so I take a lot of pride in having like the best collection of vintage WVU pieces.
Okay, so
like,
you saying you got the best collection.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of like band and music tees.
Okay.
A good amount of like sports tees,
Okay.
like vintage Budweiser tees with like the frogs and lizards. Those are always great.
That's Speed Racer. Man, I haven't seen that show for a while.
So as we make our way into the
Player
player
lounge.
lounge,
Here we
what do
go.
you guys use this awesome brandy for?
So we use this for player photo shoots and recruiting photo shoots, whether it be official visits,
Oh, okay.
media day shoots,
Backdrop.
stuff like that. You come in here at any time, guys are playing pool, playing ping pong, shooting on the basketball hoops. So they really make good use of this space. A lot of guys get their hair cut in here. I've got my hair cut in here a couple times. It's nice because it's right here.
We talked about the art on the custom footwear that you guys have, but
Do they
there's
need to
art
pay for the
hints,
hairdresser?
like all over this
barber,
facility.
whatever you
There's
want to
some
call it.
steps back here. And it's really a beautiful mural you guys can take
Oh,
pictures
wow.
in front of.
Definitely. And then the last but not least thing in this player lounge, a recording studio.
Yeah, the guys kind of like to mess around, whether guys want to record podcasts or kind of rap on beats.
Oh, wow.
The guys have fun with it. And kind of another thing that we have connected to the players' lounge is a sleep room in between practice, in between class. Whenever they get really a break, they can sit in these sleep pods, they can sit in the massage chairs,
Oh, my God.
and kind of just take some
I've
time
never seen them
away and
before.
get their mind right.
Wow.
Okay, Vince, I've been in many training rooms across the country. Not one quite like this technology-wise. What makes this so technologically advanced than any other training room here?
I believe it's the stuff that we get access to through our administration and through football here and support to make sure we're giving our student athletes the best they have or the best that's available to not only help them when they are injured to come back on the field, but also prevent further injuries from happening. Because I was always taught growing up, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So if we can prevent things from happening, it keeps our guys more successful on and off the field.
What are some of the unique tech pieces that you guys have here?
Kind of this area where we're even standing in, we use for biomechanical screening. This monitor on the wall here kind of makes the avatar, screens them in so we can look at joint angles and if they're shifting left or right when they squat, things like that. We have a quick board to work on footwork. We even have a scanner that takes a 3D impression of their feet to make sure they're wearing not only the right cleat, but the right size cleat. And it's got our whole Nike database in there. We have what's called an OxFit. It's a cable-based workout equipment, but has force plates in it so we can see to make sure that guys are keeping their body weight even, and we can add rehab programs to that as well.
Right. So the focus is to keep them out of here, but when they are here, they are treated very, very greatly.
Definitely. It's to make sure they have every tool that necessary to make them, feel great today, and they still feel great 10 years down the road as well.
All right, so Clay, where are we now?
All right, our meeting space here, you've got our position groups, our unit meeting rooms. We also have on the other side of this hallway is our coaches' offices. So kind of on one-stop shop, right? So the guys can get up here, watch tape, meet with the coaches, meet with the GAs, and really just dive into tape.
Okay.
And then it kind of leads into
Theater
this
room.
area, which is, I always like the theater room.
Oh, wow, okay.
Absolutely. I feel like we can just kick back and watch some Netflix or something. But no, the team room, great space. A lot of team rooms go deep. We want it to be wide, so you're closer up here all together, right? Our guys are always connected, and we're doing all sorts of things, bringing in speakers, former players to talk to them. So always a really used space here.
One of every college football's like crowning moment is having college game day come out. You guys have built like a shrine.
Well, obviously that's everybody's favorite part of Saturday. I wake up every Saturday and watch game day. But they've been here twice. What a crazy scene those were. Coach Corso and the gang and everybody. So, and Pat McAfee now on game day, one of our own. So pretty cool to have him a part of that and on set. So we wanted to make sure we had a little photo opportunity when people come in the building. They can throw on the headgear, throw on the helmet, right? So that's our space.
All right, Clay, I already see some guys going hard, getting some extra work in.
Always.
What are some of the specs of the actual weight room?
What you can see right here behind us is only half of it. Underneath, we got all sorts of other equipment. Coach Joseph is bringing in the best of the best, right? So we've got everything from Pelotons to your normal, just old school, get after free weights, right? But everything is strategic that they do. Coach Joseph is one of the best in the country, if not the best. We're biased for sure. He's been here. He's kind of the heart and soul of this program. So he takes the blue collar mentality directly and puts it into these guys while they're down here working out. He does an unbelievable job with his group. And so they're down there, they're always working. There's no messing around when you step into that weight room.
Clay, you're into social media, right? That's your department. How do you find ways to capture like this experience like differently game by game?
You're right. That's a huge part of it, taking the experience that's happening here and bringing it to our recruits, to our fans that can't make it into the games, right? So we love the atmosphere here. Like, we show it off every chance we get. Every game's a little different. We've got the gold rushes, you got the true blue games. So like we always try to mix it up and then step out in the stands, right? Like we want to showcase what it's like to be at a game here at Milan Puskar Stadium.
Right, right. Is there a favorite content piece that you have done since being here?
I really enjoy the man trip. Like, that's really cool. When we walk in, touch the coal, the guys walk in, then they wave to the Children's Hospital across the street. I mean, that's just special every game. And you just kind of feel the fans, right? So that's definitely a great way to kick off game day.
Well, Clay, man, we appreciate you giving us a tour of West Virginia football. You guys have an amazing facility here, man.
We love it. This is the place to be, place where you belong, right? Almost heaven.
Almost heaven. Had to slip it in. Had to slip it in. Wow, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Definitely, obviously, you know, 55 million is, you're going to get a lot of facilities for that. I kind of like the way they've taken hold of that song, obviously, obviously with that. But they've kind of ran with it, they've got, merch with it on. They've got that as their, the climb. Obviously, that's their mantra. And obviously, they do that song since 1972. They've sung the song. So it's all incorporated, and they're kind of building on that. But it kind of also feels like it's kind of, this one kind of felt a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more personal than the first one we did with Georgia. Georgia was massive, very technical, kind of, the medical facilities and everything like that. This one kind of felt a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more homegrown, a little bit more personalized. I don't know, but I love that there's some aspects I loved in this, that those footballs at the front where you touch it and it gives you that highlight. I reckon that was fantastic. That was it, Hall of Traditions, he called it. So that was very good. I liked it. Crazy still, obviously, these facilities at a college, but, you start to realize, when I put the other one out with Georgia Bulldogs, people are saying, oh, they're making $200 million a year. It's like, okay, so they obviously, the facilities kind of reflect on what the earning potential is as well too. So you got to look after your athletes. They're the ones that are bringing in this money for the college. Obviously allows that program to be going on. And then obviously that feeds into whatever other program as well too. So I mean, it's crazy money for Australia. We would never spend that on sports, probably because we don't have the audience for it here. I think America's got 14 times the population as Australia. Ours are on a very much smaller basis. I do have a video coming out next week for Australian entrances of our university and colleges. little different than America. A little different than America, that's for sure. You'll have to wait for that one. But this one was a great video. Thank you very much for joining us, Rebecca. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video. Remember, if you want to sponsor your own, there is links in the description, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video. Did you enjoy that video? Why not watch another one?